Sachs asked me a question that haunted me from that time forward. As I went through vision therapy and experienced one visual epiphany after another, I grew increasingly confident of my answer to that question and held many conversations with him in my head. The diary entry was an extension of this inner dialogue. It began with his question. Dear Dr. Sachs, we met on January 10, 1996, on the eve of my husband's, Dan Barry's, first space flight on shuttle mission STS-72. We met at Florida's space camp where I hosted a party for my launch guests. During our conversation, we talked about the different ways that people perceive the world. I mentioned that my perception of the world was a bit different than most because I saw with only one eye at any one time. I was strabismic, and my view of the world was purely monocular. Strabismus refers to misaligned eyes. Horizontal misalignment leads to crossed eyes, esotropia, or wall eyes, exotropia. In addition, eyes can be vertically misaligned. You asked me if I could imagine what the world would look like when viewed with two eyes. I told you that I thought I could. After all, I am a neurobiology professor at Mount Holyoke College. I have read plenty of papers on visual processing, binocular vision, and stereopsis. I thought that this knowledge gave me some special insight into what I was missing. But I was wrong. Over the last 2 years, thanks to the advice of an exceptional optometrist, a new pair of glasses, and daily vision therapy, I have learned to use my two eyes together. The change in my vision has been extraordinary. The world is rounder, wider, deeper, more textured, and more detailed. What surprises me most is that I can now see empty space, the space between objects. My vision continues to change and to bring me new delights and surprises each day. I do not know of anyone else who has described such a transformation in their vision, so here is my story in more detail. What burst out of me then was my vision history, covering 9 single-spaced pages. I described how my parents noticed my crossed eyes in the first months after my birth, but the doctors told them I would probably outgrow the condition. When I was 2 and still cross-eyed, we moved to Connecticut, where I was seen by the prominent eye surgeon Rocco Fasanella at Yale New Haven Hospital. He prescribed glasses and performed 3 eye muscle surgeries when I was 2, 3, and 7 years old. After the operations, my eyes looked straighter, though I initially struggled with reading in school and had a hard time learning to ride a bike. I left his care a few years later. When I was in the 4th grade, I saw Dr. Fasanella for the last time. He removed my glasses and told me that I could now do anything a person with normal vision could do, except fly an airplane. No one mentioned to me that I lacked binocular vision, and I remained happily ignorant of the fact until I was a junior in college. Binocular vision refers to the ability to simultaneously combine the information from both eyes. I no longer looked cross-eyed and no longer wore thick glasses. I could now enjoy recess without having to wear a cumbersome glasses guard, a contraption that looked like a catcher's mask and took the fun out of dodgeball. As far as I was concerned, I was cured. In the 1960s, glasses were actually made of glass, which would have shattered if a ball had hit them. Thus, the need for the horrible glasses guards. The surgery was a success cosmetically. My eyes now looked straight. Only my parents noticed when my eyes crossed, at which point they would issue the command, "Stop wandering." If I wanted to look in the distance, I had to work at diverging my eyes by holding my eyes upward and outward. This effort, combined with the fact that I had large eyes and a small face, gave me the appearance of a startled bug. The kids at school nicknamed me Frog Eyes. The nickname was not very nice, but I did not care. I was very proud of my straight eyes. Several years later, I discovered that I had not been cured. While taking a neurophysiology course in college, I learned that I didn't see the way most people did.